Oh, that was a dramatic start. Don't know what happened, but apparently Rainford, Hall, and Osborne all got together, and yeah, that's the end of the race for Hall and Osborne, who I don't know where they started, but that went horribly wrong. I think, was it 8th and 16th? I think it all started when Charles Rainford suddenly spun off somewhere pretty early on on the first lap, and of course we've got the safety car out at this THRUXTON track, which is one of the shortest and one of the fastest tracks in the whole of Britain. So I don't know whether you're watching or not. No one's joined me yet, but if you're watching this on playback, welcome to Crystal Racing. I'm presuming we're probably going to get like the race distance extended from like 16 laps to at least 19 or 20, since they do like to add on laps for safety car periods. And finally, I've got a person watching me here at Crystal Racing here at THRUXTON. There is no F1 this weekend. And of course, most of the domestic league football seasons are over for the club teams. Of course, Sam Osborne in a Napa Ford getting into the medical car. Just so you know, Charles Rainford went off the track. Somehow it looks like he's managed to recover his car, whilst Hall and Osborne collided and have retired from the race after colliding with each other and landing in the barriers. Of course, Ash Sutton has been extremely clean this season in terms of avoiding incidents and whatnot. Ingram, forever the bridesmaid. Oh, what was that? That was my God, they all just suddenly went sideways after the first 2 or 3 corners, and that was it for Hall and Osborne. And Rainford, I don't know whether he's been able to repair his car or not, but well, it looks like Rainford lives to fight a. Although I don't think he'll get any points after this race. And the JCB recovery machine is picking up Osborne's Ford Focus, which has had its suspension and tyres completely destroyed. And Ash Sutton is driving what looks like to be a new black and yellow Napa livery for this weekend. I don't know why that is. I don't know whether Napa have got some special deal going on. We've now had the safety car out for 4 laps. If you're new to this channel, please like, subscribe to Crystal Racing, comment, do all the usual stuff, because we're probably going to, I mean, this safety car probably is going to stay out for another 2 laps. Mikey Dubos having actually a bit of a good run of form right now. I'm just watching the replay of what happened to Kamish, who what happened to Kamish? Oh, we did. We nudged Kamish coming into the chicane at turn 5, and Double takes third, and Kamish drops down to 4th after that tap at the side. Luckily for Kamish, he did rejoin it just behind Double. JCB now clearing Horse, Cooper's, Leon. I think we honestly really need to get the race back underway and add about 5 laps to this race, because this has actually been quite a lengthy safety car period. Is there anyone in the chat right now? Automotive race leader Ingram is in second, Doble is in third, Kamish is in fourth, Dornan in a Toyota independent, obviously, fifth, Proctor sixth. My God, there's a lot of midfielders I've climbed up the order. Hill's down in ninth, Cook's 12th, Jordan's in 14th. What a strange order that is, to be honest. Back on the way again, it's lap 8. Decent restart by Sutton. Ingram looks her way around the outside, now goes on the inside. Oh, and Doble's closed up on the inside, and he's been overtaken by Kamish, having overshot turn 4. Very, very nice move there by Kamish to catch Doble off guard there, who horribly overshot his braking marks at turn 4, but Bottas had a dreadful restart, mind you. Oh, now Ash Sutton is actually struggling for pace. Oh, big grips around the outside. Oh, Ash Sutton is losing the rear end, and now he's pulled himself and Ingram off the road. Ingram takes the lead. Oh, now that's going to be controversial. Ash Sutton was trying to defend for near life, but he lost the rear end and forced himself and Ingram off the road. And Tom Ingram is now your race leader, but I wonder what the what race control will make it at. A moment of absolute scruffiness there from the championship leader, Ash Sutton, in car 116. And now the midfielders are having a bit of a ding-dong. Looks like Shedden, Proctor, and Cook are getting stuck in. Oh! And now Shedden has been forced off onto the grass, and he's dropped miles down the order. Getting tapped around the on his rear bumper, and he's dropped right down to like 18th. And Cheddar's now dropped out of the top 20 altogether. Well, THRUXTON is actually delivering. And we've got 3 laps added onto the race after the safety car shenanigans. Anyway, Ingram, still without a win in 2025, leads the race.
Oh, do you want to see comment?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is there any comments? I don't
I
know.
don't know.
No comments so far. Rainford's having actually a bit of a good comeback so far, getting up to 7th and now fighting with Dan Lloyd down the order. Ash Sultan, I've got to say, I think he would be kicking himself after that mistake. And that's Bottom taking Dorland for 5th place there with a very nice move. Oh, that looks like Shedden has fallen down to 21st with, of course, Nicholas Hamilton down in last place in 22nd, always. Oh, yeah, and of course, if you're wondering who was stupid enough to watch England play Andorra yesterday in front of just 7,000 fans, I was one of them, and I think my man of the match award goes to the fans who turned up, because I think the less said about our football match, the better. And well, it looks like the pack has settled down after the restart. Looks like a lot of drivers have already used up their boost already in this race. Dorland's dropped from 5th to 8th place. Doble has settled in 4th place. Morgan's having an average race in 10th, with Proctor in front of him in 9th. Josh Hill has found his way back up to 7th. Tom Children's up to 11th. De Leon's dropped to 12th. Moffat's in 13th. Smiley's 14th. Taylor Smith's 15th. And I think the only thing we can really talk about, well, the cars are actually spreading out, and now we've got an overtake going on between, it looks like Cook has now has out dragged road bottom into the chicane, and that was a very neat and tidy move there by, looks like it was it Cook or Hill? Well, yeah, it was Cook on road bottom, I beg your pardon. But for some reason, road bottom just gave Josh Cook acres of space to make his move before the final chicane. I have to say, Rowbottom didn't really try that hard to hold on to defend for P5. Bit weird to watch because I looked and I thought, why is there a huge gap there for the final chicane? I don't get it. But I suppose Rowbottom is probably struggling with tyres. Anyway, Ingram still leads the race. Thank you for whoever has liked the video. But no one has commented yet. Oh, hello there, John, and hello there, Say Regara. Sorry, I've just seen your comments. Yeah, obviously, we had, what's it, Rainford go off the track, and of course, Horn and Osborne eliminate each other on the first lap. Safety car restart saw Sutton lose his rear end and allow Ingram to take the lead after he forced himself and Ingram to cut the final chicane, and of course, Sutton can only have himself to blame, obviously. Oh yeah, congratulations to Norway for that 3-0 win. I suppose I have to say congratulations to Andorra for keeping the score down to 1-0. Oh, and Mikey Double's out of the race. Mikey Double in the Vauxhall is out of the race. Looks like he's got an engine failure there. What a shame. He was driving so well in 4th place, and he's going to get no points today for the Power Max team. 4 likes in this video. Very nice work, guys. I know it's an early start, but of course, race 1 in the British touring cars always starts a bit early. Ingram on course for his first win of the season, but I think Sutton will still remain. Oh, Ingram's locked up heavily going into the final chicane there. A lot of tyre smoke coming out, and Mikey Double has now exited his stricken Vauxhall Astra after a very, very unfortunate engine failure. Driving probably one of the best races of his career in 4th place there. This weekend, Le Mans. Is Le Mans on? Oh my god, I forgot. No, that's next weekend, isn't it? Oh yeah, Spain versus France. Now, that was the total opposite of what I saw yesterday between England and Andorra. It was a 5-4 win for Spain, even though and Spain nearly bottled a 5-1 win, and well, Sutton has waved Camish past for 2nd place. It looks like Sutton's got a mechanical issue. Yes, that is correct, John. Oh, now I can see your comments on my feed, sorry. And it's a black and white flag for, cause 80, 32, and 66. Oh dear. That's Ingram, Cook, and Rowbottom in trouble. This is really weird to watch because now Josh Cook's found his way up to 4th place after, of course, Double's retirement, and Camish has taken 2nd of his championship-leading teammate Sutton. And now Rowbottom's defending from reigning champion Josh Hill. I have no idea what the hell is going on, to be honest. It just seems to be some cause of Gordon Shedden is now up to 20th place after being turfed off earlier on in the race. My God, I mean, when you watch cars go around here at THRUXTON, like, it looks like, I think they've put a lot, they've minimised downforce to as little as they can because of the fact it's one of the fastest tracks in Britain, which means that the cars are constantly having their rear ends sliding out severely. And Cook is now slicing the gap down to just a matter of a couple of seconds to championship leader Sutton, who, of course, I think Sutton's got a mechanical issue. Got to say, commiserations to France, but I've got to say, I think France's defence was pretty poor. which is why they ultimately conceded so many goals. And I think maybe if Deschamps was a bit bolder, he could have started Ryan Cherky, to be honest. And of course, his decision to play Elise as number 10 and Dembele as a right winger, which is a total opposite of where they've been playing all season for PSG and Munich, was baffling to say the least. Like, all I can say is, I don't even think Didier Deschamps even watches football anymore. Like, I think he's just moved on from the sport, which fair enough. Like, he's won a World Cup as a player and as a manager, multiple league titles in both roles as well. So, you know, and I don't know why he's hanging on to that job other than for the sake of topping up his pension. Piastri is the driver of the season so far. Absolutely agreed. Oh, and I think we've just had an overtake there. Was it? Yeah. That's got to be Josh Cook overtaking it. Ash Sutton struggling Ford Focus there. And now Ash Sutton is down to 4th place, and I have to say Ash Sutton is struggling with a problem. But like, there's no way he's this slow normally. And we're on the final lap. Ingram will be relieved to finally win his first race of the year. Kamish is going to take 2nd. Cook in 3rd. Although I think Josh Hill will be a bit annoyed to be stuck down in 6th place. Dorlan has found his way up to 7th, thanks to, of course, Mikey Duble's late engine failure, which, of course, I mean, with Ash Sutton having his mechanical issues, I think Mikey Duble could have finished on the podium today in the Vauxhall Astra in a Powermax racing car. Very unfortunate, but this THRUXTON track is really hard on the cars with its fast S's, long acceleration zones, which is a bit uncharacteristic of a BTCC track. And Tom Ingram will cross the finish line to take the checkered flag, to take his first win of 2025. Kamish 2nd, Cook 3rd, Sutton, Rowbottom, Hill 5th, 4th, 5th and 6th. Dorlan, Morgan, Proctor and Chilton. Oh, Chilton's been overtaken for 10th place. Oh no, Chilton's been given a time penalty, I think. The rest of the points, Smiley, Taylor Smith, Lloyd, Moffat, and of course now Chilton in 15th place. And of course, yeah, Jackie Stewart, still the oldest living champion in the world, born in 1989, just ahead of Mario Andretti, who was born in 1940. Mind you, I think was it AJ Foy, because the Indy 500 used to be part of the F1 calendar between 950 and 60, is technically still the oldest living F1 driver in the world, even though of course it was only the Indy 500 he participated in and not an actual Formula 1 race. But because the Indy 500 was part of the calendar, I think AJ Foy is now 90 years old. So, and of course he's still running his racing team, but of course because he's so old, he's obviously giving it over to his son, who is actually his grandson, but I can't remember his name, Larry Foy. Yeah. Well, race. So anyway, decent race by Tom Ingram and Cook. Damaged reputation for Sutton in 4th place. Very, very unfortunate for Mikey Duble, who was forced to retire with an engine failure. It looks like Hamilton was forced to park, or was something wrong with his car as well. Yeah, so I don't know what else to say. Of course, today there is no football going on except for the 3rd place match between Germany and France in the Nations League, and of course the cup final between Spain and Portugal. And most of the qualifying games will resume tomorrow on Monday and Tuesday before, of course, I think next week after that is going to be the Club World Cup, which I'm not going to have any interest in. the Indy F1 track has to be the best American track of all the tracks that have been part of the F1 calendar. I would go for Watkins Glen. I think Watkins Glen is going to be my favourite, to be honest, but I think Watkins Glen is probably too fast to be an F1 track these days. I will say though, back in the late 80s, there was a lot of drivers who were in favour of having Laguna Seca as an F1 track. I'm not kidding, but of course we know that the F1, the FIA and Bernie Ecclestone decided to go to the Phoenix, to a street track in Phoenix. But if it was up to me, I would probably go to the Road America track in Elkhorn Lake as an F1 race circuit. But of course, we all know the safety there isn't the best, and I think the amount of renovation you would have to do to make that FIA Grade 1 circuit would probably be, it would probably cost too much money, and it would probably ruin the nature of the track. So unfortunately, yeah, and Ash Sutton's still the championship leader, leading Tom Ingram by 9 points now. Very consistent as always. Of course, Tom Ingram, and of course, both drivers are like 40 odd points ahead of everyone else. So it's very much an Ingram versus Sutton championship battle between those two. 32 people watching. Thank you so much. Never had this many people watch a BTCC stream. I will say though, what the hell was Max Verstappen thinking of when he smacked into George Russell? Obviously, yeah, Red Bull made a mistake with a strategy where they should have kept him out on his tyres. Yes, so Ash Sutton's won the British Touring Car Championships 4 times now. He's honest to God, I've always sat there and wondered why he's never gone into like GT racing or anything like that, because I think he deserves a shot and maybe go and compete at Le Mans one day, Le Mans 24 hours in a GT category. And that's none of my business anyway. But congratulations to Tom Ingram for winning his first race of the season. Yeah, I think last weekend showed us that Max Verstappen has not actually matured as much as I thought he did. I know he was annoyed about the fact that Red Bull, for some reason, decided to strap on a new pair of hard tyres, but like, how the hell did I know that Max Verstappen would then throw a strop like he did? It was ridiculous. I don't understand. No, I think it was a 10-second penalty, and of course now he's got like 10 penalty points on his license, which means that one more penalty on his super license, and it means that he will be, well, he will be missing, well, he could well get a race ban, but of course, no, I think it's because penalty points on his license. I mean, if you want a full race ban, you need 12 points, like Magnussen did last season, which forced him to miss Baku, I think. And of course, later on in the season, he was also forced to miss Brazil because he was ill. Oh, right, you're just saying that you would ban him. Fair enough, yeah, because the behaviour he displayed last weekend was nothing short of shambolic. And I will say this, I absolutely hope that Piastri and Norris finish miles ahead of him in the championship now, because, I mean, for the past 3 seasons, he's not really been challenged properly for the championship title. And of course, that is your top 10. Yeah. I will say though, what the hell has happened to Lance Stroll? Because apparently it turns out Lance Stroll had a fight with his pit crew after qualifying. And apparently it saw him hit his trailer, bang his fist against a wall or a table, and he ended up apparently re-injuring an old injury he had from 2.5 years ago, which of course nearly saw him miss the Bahrain Grand Prix at the start of 2023. And it looks like Felipe Drugovich could well be driving the second Aston Martin next weekend in Canada. Of course, if you want to see what happened between Cook and Sutton. Of course, Sutton just allows Cook to go past quite easily, which is an indicator of a mechanical issue. Look at that. Just okay, I know it's not as easy as it looks, but Cook sort of really was struggling there. Nothing would surprise me about the Nepo baby. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, look at how loose Sutton's rear end is there, and Tom Ingram makes an easy overtake for the lead at the final chicane, and frankly, I think he deserved to win. He's been very consistent, and he's now only 9 points behind Sutton for the championship lead. I'm going to now talk about the whole Drugovich thing because I think it is quite intriguing. Oh my god, I really do hope we don't see Bottas get a reprieve, to be honest, because I know what Bottas is like. It's, dude, we know. And Lance Stroll bandwagon will defend his actions. Why though? Why does Lance Stroll have fans though? Like, it's so weird. Is it because he's like a kid? Do they think it's because he's good looking or something? Apparently, Drugovich is considered to be an option for Cadillac next season. And he will have to drop out of the Le Mans 24 hours if he wants to compete in Canada. So, but as it stands, he's still going to be racing at Le Mans the next weekend. But I don't know, mate. I mean, it could be Bottas. It could, well, Stoffel Van Dorn is going to be competing at Le Mans next weekend. So, thank you for 4 likes here at Crystal Racing. I mean, Max Verstappen is now 49 points behind Piastri in the championship, and I think he's about 35 points behind Norris. So, I've got to say, unless Max Verstappen can take advantage of a fluke race, mate, I mean, if Vettel really wanted to go back to F1 or even just come back to motor racing, period, he would have done it by the start of this season at the latest, but it's now been 2.5 years since he's done any sort of racing at all, which was, of course, the 2022 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Kimi Raikkonen's most recent... Sorry, cheers. Kimi Raikkonen's most recent car race was, of course, the 2023 NASCAR Cup race at COTA at a stop at March 2023. So, weirdly, I mean, I would probably say Kimi would be more prepared for like a surprise return to the sport than Vettel is, but, you know, I don't know what to say anymore. You know what? I think I'll stop the stream now because, yeah, I don't really have anything to say. I might return back in 2 hours' time for race 2, but yeah. All right. Thanks for joining me here at Crystal Racing. I'll see you again very soon in about 2 hours' time.
Not great.